And today I'm out of my studio. This is my very first live video, so bear with me. Today I will be discussing parental blueprints and how we should not blame our parents for the way we were raised. First and foremost, as each generation starts, there's a lot more information that becomes available on parenting. And we have learned about, even with relationships, we're starting to learn about different styles of communication. We're learning about love languages. We're learning about all kinds of fun stuff, genetic factors, how they all play a part in our lives. But when it comes to parenting, no parent is perfect. And so we can't wait until we're grown and then start looking at what we felt our parents could have done better, when that's just an unrealistic expectation, because the past is the past. Whatever happened in the past happened, and the only thing you can do is figure out how will you move forward. And if moving forward for you requires you to talk to your parent about why they raised you the way they raised you, then that's a better step than just blaming them for the choices that you have chosen to make in your own life that may be hindering you and blocking your blessings, or just holding you back in general and keeping you from reaching your parental goals or connecting with your family and connecting with your children. One moment, I'm gonna see if I can turn on my light. I'll be back. Okay, that works. Let's see if that does something. Okay, I'm back. All right, that looks a lot better. Okay, so anyway, back to what I was saying. We can't blame our parents for what their choices were. And we can't look at how we're parenting or look at ourselves as adults and find a way to place blame on our actions and put it onto our parents. The truth of the matter is, most parents, when they are younger, they learn from their environment. And then some of the stuff they may or may not be able to improve upon. But if you are raised under certain conditions where you felt there was something that could have been done differently, the only thing you could do, instead of bashing their parental style, or finding ways to cause harm to them, verbally or emotionally, is just simply sit down, have a conversation, ask them, why did they raise you the way they did? Okay. What was their reasoning for doing it? Some parents are forced to work. Some are forced to work 2 or 3 jobs. Some people, depending on their education, they may not be able to give you all that you need intellectually, mentally, spiritually. Okay. So as we get older, our job is to start looking at what we may or may not deem as an issue in our lives and figure out from there, how can we solve this issue? So we can stop allowing this issue to hold us back from becoming better people, better parents, better spouses, and connecting with one another. Okay. If we're having issues connecting with our children, then let's look at what can we do, what can we learn, what can we definitely do differently? Because obviously, if you're trying the same style and the style's not working, then maybe try something else, take some parenting classes, do some counseling, try to figure out where the problem is stemming from. Once you find that out, talk to your children, find out what they may or may not need from you in that moment, because they are their own advocates. They're the best people to tell you what they need. Just like you're the best person if your spouse asks you, well, what do you need from me in this moment? Is there anything I could do? Is there anything I could do to help? Is there anything you would like to see me do differently? It works. I try that with my son because I understand as a parent, I don't have all the answers. I've homeschooled him. I'm a good advocate for my son, but it's one of those things where I'm not perfect. No parent's perfect, but we try to position our children to the best of our abilities to become the best version of themselves and to support them in their walk until they become adults themselves. So if you have a parent where you guys did not discuss that and you're older now and you are still struggling with your past and your connection with your parent, and it's not a toxic or abusive, or some people, they have their issues. We talk about this a lot. Like some people have maybe have gotten molested, raped, whatever with their parents. So it's definitely going to possibly change the dynamics of how they feel about their parents, and that's something, again, counseling may work out for them. But if you have a fixable and a doable relationship that where all you need to do is go back to your parent and have that discussion, then I would, because your parents' blueprint is a reflection of what they went through when they were younger. And you cannot fault them. You can't badger them for that, because nobody's in control. A child is not controlled or in control of their environment when they're young. They must be there and deal with whatever lifestyle that parent is pretty much pushing upon them. And then when they get older, then they can move away and then make their own choices and then learn or see the lessons that their parents have learned and then choose a better lifestyle. Or some people go down the same rabbit hole and they stay on the same hamster wheel that they saw that their parents went on. But either way it goes, everybody can undergo spiritual, mental, and emotional healing. And a good way to do that is start talking and communicating. If you have an issue, don't let it fester. Do not become bitter with that person. It's just better to have a conversation and find out what was going on in their head when it was, and then accept the answers. Because most people, even, I have, family, friends, and, I hear my stories. So sometimes they may not accept what's being told, even if it's the truth coming from that parent, because they felt you could have done something different or you could have done it better. Woulda, shoulda, couldas. Those are thrown on the parent. And unfortunately, the past is the past. So you have to be able to look at, where do I go from here? How can I strengthen a bond with my parent if I want to? Or do I allow that relationship to fade away? Okay. But let's not blame our parents. They are operating under their own blueprint, and they are not responsible for the outcome of our lives. Okay. And I always say us because I like the we factor. But I hope that helped someone. This is not scripted. Normally when I'm in my studio, I could turn the camera off and then start and then keep going through my thought process on how I want to deliver the message. But today it's raw. So hopefully that's good enough for you. And God bless you. Pray for your family. Pray for your parents. Some parents, they may not really care because they felt they'd done all they could based on the resources and the information they had during that time. But now there's a lot of resources available. So you can get on Google, you can buy books, you can get counseling, you could talk to other parents to see how they do it differently. That could help you in your walk. But God bless you, and God smile on you. And I am nervous, very nervous, but God bless you. Bye. And just so you know, the love series will continue. I'm still waiting for my hard drive to come in so I can expand the memory. I just have so much video on it. So once I get that, then I'll be back in my studio and we'll be on the road, and I'll try to do more live so I can get more comfortable with it for you. God bless you. Bye.